Okay, in an effort to keep it fun, this video hopefully is going to help folks get started with their first document. So I'm in the Documents tab. Again, you hit Onshape, you're going to be right here. You can see a few things that I've toyed around with to begin with. Last video I showed you how to access the Learning Center and which videos you might want to get started with, or which lessons rather. Great stuff there. In 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you can be on your way to having a better understanding. One thing, we'll talk more about what documents are later on. It's quite a bit different the way they organize their files versus, SolidWorks and using our parts, assemblies, drawings, things in SolidWorks. It's a bit different here in Onshape, but let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to hit Create, and I'm going to hit Document. And well, I don't know, we'll call it October 14th demo. All right. So as you can see, for those folks who are familiar with CAD, this looks very similar to what you would see in SolidWorks. For those folks who are brand new, these are your orthographic planes here, and our Cartesian coordinate system. This is our origin, which we always like to incorporate, and this guy over here allows us to rotate in our three-dimensional space. Now, if you have in the previous video set up your preferences to act like SolidWorks, your middle mouse button is going to zoom in and out. If you press it down, you can rotate and move around. And that's what you pretty much need to know right now. These are each of those planes, and we can turn them on and off. You can see they are visible or invisible. And just like in SolidWorks, we're going to get started with sketching before we turn into any 3D objects. So if you hit the Sketch button right here, it's going to ask you to select a plane, and we can click on the front plane for our sketch. And then it activates these sketch tools that are over here. So I'm going to, before I get started with my sketch, just again like SolidWorks, if I click in here, whoops, maybe not. Oh, right in the graphics area. I'm going to hit View Normal to Sketch Plane. It's always a good idea to look straight on at your sketch. All right, basic shape. I'm going to grab my rectangle tool over here. I like to incorporate the origin. What's kind of neat about Onshape is if you click and drag, and then before you stop, you can even type your values right in. So I'm going to click in 3, enter, 2, enter, and it puts my dimensions right in. It saves, it's a little bit faster. And you can see that this is all black, which means it's fully defined, which is also a feature that's similar to SolidWorks. I'm going to hit OK. And then notice now that my features are available, and the first one is extrude, and I'm going to go ahead and select the face that I drew. I'm going to rotate it so you can see a little bit how it's going to work, and we can change this to 2, and you can see how that works. We've got our first part here. Let's go ahead and add a few features to that. So just like in most CAD programs, we can add fillets pretty easily. All right, I'm going to add a fillet to that side and hit OK. And then there's also quickly we could shell this out, and when we use the shell command, we can set our thickness of our walls, and then it's asking the faces to move. I'm going to remove this face. Okay, so we just created this little empty box here. All right, you can experiment with as many documents as you like, play around tonight, and you can have multiple sketches going at the same time or multiple documents. But I just wanted to give you an opportunity to make your first box solid model in Onshape, and make sure you had access to the lessons so that you could jump on a little further. I'm sure that we're probably going to get going on making some boxes to hold our Arduinos, and I figured I'd get you started tonight.